Good morning, students. Only 19 people are joined till now, so I'm waiting for other people to join. Before just repeat the previous topic about backtracking. Okay, so what is backtracking? Backtracking follows the um, brute force method. So what is brute force means? It's all the possible solution for the given problem. So brute force approach is nothing but it try out all possible solution, pick up the desired solution. That is brute force algorithm. So yesterday we discussed about backtracking. Yes, here backtracking refinement of the brute force approach. It tries all possible solutions for the given problem. Okay, so here we have backtracking is there. Backtracking contains multiple solutions, and here we have to follow set of constraints. We follow the set of constraints here. So here we have two types of constraints are there. One is explicit constraints, and the other one is implicit constraint. Here explicit constraint and implicit constraints. So if the explicit constraints, I will explain in next example what are explicit constraints. Just see here, explicit constraints are rules which restrict the values of xi. So if you're considering any problem, we just consider those problem only. Okay. So yesterday I explained this example. See here we have three members are there, A, B, C. We have to arrange them in three chairs. Okay, if you want to arrange them in three chairs. So first I am considering A, and then B, then C. So in this way I am representing this. We call it as a recursion tree or solution tree. So this method we call it as the tree organization. So if you want to solve the backtracking problem, we use the solution tree or solution space tree. No, sorry, solution tree or state space tree. Okay, we follow this method. Okay, we follow this method. In this way, how to represent the if you want to solve the backtracking problem, use the tree organization method, that is a solution tree or state space tree. So in this way, how to arrange. See here, general method for backtracking is problem searching for a set of solutions or which require an optimal solution can be solved using the backtracking method. So here we follow the depth first search method, depth first order. You already know about DFS, depth first. First we consider one node, then you have to consider adjacent node, then we move to that adjacent node. Then is there any children to that adjacent node, we move there. So continuously how to follow till to depth to find the solution. The same way we have to follow in backtracking. So here we have to apply the backtracking method, the solution must be as an n tuples. N tuple means x1, x2, and so on, x1 and so on, xn, where xi choose from some finite set Si. So what does it mean? Means you have to represent in tuple form. So here consider ABC. So this is one tuple, ABC is one solution, and ACB is another solution. So in this way you have to represent the tuples. Tuple means this one. The BCC is one tuple, and BAC is another tuple, and CAB another tuple, and CBA is another. The tuple means in this way how to represent the solution for the problem. Okay. So clear, students? So here the solution must satisfy the criteria functions. Criteria functions means you have constraints are there. You have to follow that constraints. So I will explain next slides. Okay. So suppose we have there are n tuples which are possible candidates for satisfying the function. You have to find the possibility means constraints. You have to follow the constraints. Okay. So here the brute force approach would be to form all these n tuples and evaluate each of them and evaluate to form all of these n tuples and evaluate each one with p, saving the optimum. So actually I already explained. So next see here in backtracking. So here in backtracking, the solution is built one component at a time. So you have to follow depth first search already I told you. So you have to build the one component at a time here. So here modified criteria functions XI are called a bounding function. What is bounding function means? Is there is any constant is there? If the given function exceeds that constant, we call it as a bounding function. Okay. So just see if the function exceeds the constant, then we call it as a bounding function. So just see the two constants of the categories. So here explicitly constant and implicitly constant. So explicitly constants are the rule which restrict the values of xi. In the previous example, explicitly constants are A, B, C. Okay, we consider only these three values only. That is explicit constants. Okay, and what is implicit constant means? Here do not xi greater than or equal to, for example, here given xi greater than or equal to 0 or x1 is 0 or 1. So he given two values only. That is 0 and 1. The x contains only 0 or 1 values. So that is lower bound less than xi less than, that is 0 less than xi less than or 1. Okay. So this is explicitly contained. So implicitly constant means here we have some constant is there in the above example. Just we consider that the B is not placed in between A and C. So in this diagram, our constant is B is not placed between in A and C. So for example, in this path A, B, C, B is for instance, B is there. So this is not the solution, because this is implicit function. What is implicit function? B is what is the constant here? Constant is you cannot place the B in between A and C. That is our constraint. So that is implicit constraint. See here. Here this is in between A and C. So this is not the implicit, means this is not the solution. So this is, we call it as a bounding function. So you can stop here only. You cannot calculate this one, because the constant here, the constant is not satisfied here. That's why we cannot calculate here. So this is one solution, and this is another solution. This is another solution. This is another solution. This is also, you cannot calculate all these things because it exceeds the constant condition. So this one we call it as a bounding function. We cannot take the next path, that we call it as the bounding function. Okay. So implicitly from explicitly constants are the values which are considered as ABC. Implicity is the B is not in between A and C. That is implicit function. Clear, students? So if you want to solve the backtracking problem, you have to consider a state space tree for representation. Okay. So what are the fields it contains? Means first one is solution space. So what is solution space means? Here tuples that satisfy explicit contains given a solution. So explicit contains the given values you have to consider here. That is explicitly contained. And the explicit, the solution space we organize in a into a tree. Already told you, represent the in a tree order. And each node in the tree defines a problem state. Okay. So each node will define the problem state. And the all paths from root to other nodes define the state space of the problem. So then all paths already solve that problem. So the path from starting position to last one will be the solution for the given problem. That is root to the other nodes define the state space of the problem. Okay. Then we have to see here. So coming to the solution state. So what is solution state means? So solution states are those problem states. For example, S for which the path from the root to S defines a tuple in the solution space. So that is we call so those states leading a tuple in the solution space. Already told you that ABC is our problem. We have to arrange them in a chair. So here leading to a tuple in the solution. What is tuple means? We already got ABC, BCA, BCD. So those are the tuples that we call it as a solution states. Okay. Then answer nodes means the solution states which satisfy the implicity constraint. So in this example, this is a solution state, but it is not follow. It is not consider the implicity constraint. So it is not answer node. This is the answer node. Okay. Here we are considering A, next B, next C, next B. So ACB. So in this way, you have to consider the tree. So all those states leading to tuple. So A, BCA is the tuple. Okay. That satisfies the implicit content. That we call it as a answer nodes. Next, what is state space tree? So what is state space tree means? The tree organization of the solution space is referred to as the state space tree. Okay, the tree organization of the solution space is referred as the state space tree. Okay, see the tree organization are independent of the problem being solved called static trees. Being solved called static trees. Okay, the tree organization that are problem instance depending are called dynamic trees. Okay. Then we coming to the some terminologies on the tree. One is live node. Okay. So a node which has been generated and all of whose children are not yet been generated. Okay. So here a node has been generated. All of those children are not yet been generated. See here, for example, I am considering one node. This is my start node. So it has two children. So these children, after these children, these are not generated. So here one is a live node and 2, 3, node 2 and node 3 are live nodes because node 1 is not a here live node means it has been generated. All of those children are not yet generated. Okay. So here 2 children are generated. 2 and 3 are live nodes. So one is not a live node. Why? Because one has 2 children. These 2 children are generated. So that is one is not live node. 2 and 3 are live nodes. Okay. If 2 and 3 are any children are generated, then 2 and 3 are not live nodes. Those children we call it as the live node. Understand clear? Once the children are generated, then we call it that node is not a live node. Okay, the children we call it as the live node. Clear or any doubt? Next, E node, the live node whose children are currently being generated. Okay. So here the live node whose children are currently being generated. For example, I am one as a live node because it is not any children are generated. So now one children is generated, then it is called it as a node being expanded. Now it is being expanded, so we call it as a node. Next here, dead node. Understand students, dead node. What is dead node? A node is generated, a node that is either not to be expanded further. So here, this is my tree. So here there are no further expansion is there. So this is, we call it as a dead node. This is my final tree. So we call it as a dead node. So a node is generated node which is not to be expanded further, or all of whose children have been generated. So here one has two children. So this is generated. So we call it as a dead node. Next, coming to the bounding function. So bounding function will be used to kill live nodes if they are generating their all children. So bounding function means will be used to kill live nodes if the constraint is if the implicit constraint not satisfied, then you are not update the other nodes. That is, we call the will be used to kill the live nodes without generating all their children. Okay. So see here. So in this example, see here, this is generated, but this is not generated. You write here B. B of means bounding function, because it is in between B and C, so this part is not generated, then we call it as a bounding function. Why bounding function means? Okay, why we call it as a bounding function? Here to kill live nodes, after that we cannot extend the generating the all their children. So that's why we call it as a bounding function. Okay. So for clear students, or any doubt? Just understand what is live node, node, dead node, bounding function. You clearly understand. You clear students? Clear students? Anyone write a message in chat box? Can I move forward? Next concept is our next in our syllabus. Next problem is 8 Q's problem. Next topic in our syllabus is 8Q's problem. Okay, clear students? So what is edge problem? Just read the problem. What is the problem? I just share the PPT, just read the problem. Then you can identify what is the problem here. Okay, see here, what is the problem here? We have 4 queens are there. Sir, we have 4 queens are there. So here instead of 8 queen, first we see the 4 queen problem, then we move to the 8 queens problem. So here what is 4 queen problem is, the 4 queen problem consisting is nothing but placing 4 cues on a 4x4 chessboard. You have to place the 4 cues on a 4x4 chessboard. So that is the problem. Then how we solve that problem? By using backtracking. I will solve this problem by using backtracking. Okay. So how we solve that problem by using backtracking? Just see here. Just clearly what are the constraints and what are the implicit functions, what are the explicit constraints and what is the implicit constraints. Just see there. Just read the data, then I will explain. So here there is a chessboard is there. Okay. So we have to place the 4 cues in that chessboard. Okay. So what is implicit constants are there here? The 4 queens Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 are the implicit constraints. Okay. Sorry, explicit constraints, and implicit constant is there. What is implicit constant here in this? This is the constant here. No 2 queues are allowed to be placed on the same row, same column, and same diagonal. See here. No 2 queues are placed in same row, same column, and same diagonal. This is our implicit constraint. And what is our explicit constraints are Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 are our explicit constraints. Okay, clear students? Okay. So this is the our implicit, this is the explicit constraint. So now just to see. So this is the state space tree constructed by the 4 queens problem. Okay, just consider the see here. X1 is this level 1, x2 is this level 2, x3 is this level 3, and x4 is this level 4. Just remember q1 in first row, q2 is second row, q in 3 is third row, and q4 is fourth row. Okay, just number of possibilities for this solution. So without considering the constraint, just I am constructing the state space without considering the implicit constraint. Just I construct the tree for that problem. Okay, clear? Clear, students, so far? So how I construct? See here. So I am considering the here in this. See here. See here, we have 4 columns are there. Okay, in first column I place the first queen. Okay, in second column I place the second queen. In third column I place the third queen. In fourth column I place the fourth queen. Without using implicit constraint, I cannot consider any constraint here. And here in C here in another here we have another way. Here we are considering in fourth column you are placed 3 queen. In third column you placed the fourth queen. Okay, all possibilities I am just constructing the tree here. So here in this here in second queen is placed in third column, and third queen is placed in second column, and fourth queen is placed in fourth column. Okay, then another path is there, and third queen is placed in fourth column, and fourth queen is placed in second column. Similarly, here second queen is placed in fourth column, and third queen is placed in second column, and fourth queen is placed in third column. Here third queen is placed in third column, and fourth queen is placed in second column. So this is one constraint, and this is in next stage I place the first queen in second column. Okay, then I place the second queen in first column. So in this way construct the solution space tree or state space tree without considering the constraints. Okay, next we move next we draw the same tree by considering the so what is constraint here? We have total implicit explicit constraint is x1, x2, queens q1, q2, q3, q4 are explicit constraints, and what is implicit constraints are no two queens are placed in same row, same column, and same diagonal. That is our constraint. So that is this tree without considering the constraints are with attacks. Okay, number of possibilities. We just draw in just like we draw this tree by using DFS. That is number of possible ways. We have to try all the possible solution for this graph. Without this is start the solution here. Okay, this is the starting of the solution. Then we draw this graph by using depth first search manner. Okay, now we consider the constraint. So what is constraint? No two queues, no two queues are placed on the same row, same column, and same diagonal. Okay, let's see the solution for this. Okay. So this is the solution. Okay. So how we see here how we solve this means so this is the DFS manner. So how many nodes are there? Here total I am giving numbering here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total of 65 nodes. So how we get those nodes means, see here, first is root node. Root node is 1 plus how many we divide here? After that we divide into 4 parts. After that we divide this into 4 nodes, that is 4. Next, each 4, how we divide that? Each 4 is into 3 part. This 4 is 1 3 part. This 4 is 1 3 part. This is 1 3 part. So 4 into 3 plus next here. Here each 4 is divided into again 3 nodes. Okay. So then we calculate here 4 into 3, 3 into 2. Okay, then we divide this into 4, 4 into 3, 3 into 2, plus 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Finally, we get to 1. So, what is this is that equal to 1 plus sigma I equal to 0 to 3 means 4, this 4. All multiplied with 4. So that's why equal to sigma I equal to 0 to 4. Okay. Okay, equal to 0 to 4. Then we have to multiplication here. That's why I'm considering here pi. Pi I am taking variable j equal to 0 to I because 4 is there, 4 elements. So 4 queens. So that is 4 minus j. So we get the value is here 65 nodes. Get the solution is here 65 nodes for 4 queens. For 8 queens, we just write here 0 to 7. For 8 queens, 0 to 7. Here instead of 4, we write here 8. For n queens, we just write here n and here also n minus j. So this is the number of nodes we have to draw for this 4 queens problem is 65. 8 queens problem is just solve this, and n queens you have to use the formula as 1 plus sigma equal to 0 to n minus 1 sigma j pi j equal to I and n minus j. That is the number of nodes we have to construct the tree. Okay, next we see the solution for this. Here, what is the constant here? No 2 rows are okay. No 2 row, no 2 queues are come under the same row, same column and diagonal. Okay, so I am considering 1. Then I am taking the in chessboard first column. I am taking Q1. I place it there. Then Q2 in second column. So this is not possible because it violated the constraint. So we neglect this part. Okay. Then here in constraint 1. Okay. We place it the Q1 in first column. Then Q2 in third column. Okay. Then here then Q3 in second column. So it is not placed here. So this is we call it as a bounding function. Okay, this is also we call it as the bounding function. So here this is okay. So if the Q1 is placed here in first column, in third column is Q2 is placed okay. In fourth column q3 is 4 in second column, we place it the first one. So this is the solution. It cannot violated the, so it is also violated. See here, see the solution, then you can understand betterly. So see here, in this part, see here, just see this C graph, x equal to 1. I place the first queen in one position, okay, first column. Then I want to place the 2 in second column. So I want to place the 2 here, okay, in second column. For example, I want to place the 2 in second column. It is not possible here. Then I place here. Then where we store the third one. So the 4 queens are not possible here. That's why neglect this. And if the second queen is placed in third position, okay, I placed in third position. In third column, I placed in third column. Okay. Next, I want to place the place 3. So I want to place 3 here. Diagonal. It will not. It will violate the constraint. Here also you cannot place. And we place here 3. But we cannot place the 4. So that's why we neglect this one. Then here the 4. All these are not possible because all these are constraints are violated the constraint. Then what I can do is then see here, these are the constraints. 3 is placed here, so there are no place to place 4 here. So because diagonal, same column, here diagonal, here also diagonal, same, that is not possible. So then I move to the backtracking. So I move to the back to the this part is not possible. Then I move here. This is not also success. Then I move start position. Then I consider that x1 means q1 is placed in second column. So next I place the q1 in second column. Okay. Then see here, after q1 is placed in second column, then we place the q2 in first column. So in first column, here we cannot place q2. We can place here. Okay. Then where we place the queen 3. So queen 3 we can place here. But where we place the queen 4. So that's why we neglect this here. To next one. Okay, which topic you don't understand? 68. Just write the topic there, then I can explain once again. Example for queen problem. Okay. So here we have 4 queens are there. We have to place the 4 queens in a 4 into 4 chessboard. And what is the constraint are there? No 2 queens are placed on the same row, same column, and same diagonal. Okay. So how we solve this problem? By using by constructing the solution space or state space tree. So in this way, without considering the constraint, we just plot this tree, construct this tree. Okay, this x1 means we just place this x1 in first column, x2 in second column, x3 in third column, x4 in fourth column. Okay, next we place x1 in first column only. Then you have to place here in this x2 in second column only. But you have to change that x3 means queen 3 in fourth column and queen 4 in third column. Okay, clear. In similarly, this is then we have to change that x2 means queen 2 is placed in third column. and queen 3 is placed in second column, and queen 4 is placed in column. So number of possibles we construct by using this solution space tree and state space tree without considering constraint. Okay. Next, after considering the constraints, some we just remove this bounding functions. We cannot consider the next one because here it violated the constraints, so we cannot move forward to draw the next level. Okay, clear? So it kill the live nodes because it occur X indicate that here occurs a bounding function here. So that is not satisfy our constraint. So these are the pictorial representation of how we represent the twin. So see this diagram, the same way we have to draw the here also. Here, this is the solution. This one, how we got the solutions here. First, we place the twin one in second column. So second column. Next, I place the queen 2 in fourth column. Queen 2 in how much? Queen 2 in fourth column. Okay, queen 2 in fourth column. I place the queen 2 in fourth column. Okay, then I place the queen 3 in first column. So queen 3 in first column. So just consider here where we have to put the 4 here. For example, I want to put the queen 2 in second column in first column. So here is not possible. So here also not possible, and here is all here possible. So you can put there. Then you consider the remaining queen 3, queen 4. That is not possible. So that's why it violated the bounding function. So that's why we cannot draw the next nodes in the here because it violated the bounding function. As the same way here also it violated the bounding function. But here after we consider the this one, then you have to here see you just store the just here you have to store the second column. Okay, then we have to replace the second queen in fourth column. Just consider this is fourth column. Just see here. This is not okay. This is also solution. 3142. 3142. Okay, just we see here. Then in second queen we have to place in fourth column. So fourth column. Okay, I just place here. Fourth column. Okay, I place here. Then queen 3 in first column. And queen 4 in third column. Queen 4 in third column. This is third column. Where I can put here, no, this is the solution. Okay, we just see the solution, friend. Okay, this is the solution here. One is here B indicates means bounding function. So here we cannot get the bounding function 2, 4, 1, 3. Okay, see here queen 1 in second column, queen 2 in fourth column. So I place here queen 2 in fourth column. Next queen 3 in first column. So queen 3 in first column, and queen 4 in third column. Queen 4. So this is our solution. That is 2, 4, 1, 3 is my solution for 4 cubes problem. Okay, clear. Students, for two, what is the solution here? We get the solution is, what is the solution is 2413 is my solution. Just you can reverse it. 3124 is also our solution. Okay. Just 3124 is also our solution to the given problem. Just we can see there how it is it correct or not. In this next we see this table. So first you have to place the Q1 in 3 column. Okay, just reverse it is also solution. Then we can place Q2 in first column, and this is in third column. Okay. What is our solution is 2413. V1 4 sorry. V1 V1 4 2. Okay. V142. Okay, correct. So this is our solution. 3 first row in third column, first pin in third column, second pin in first column, third pin in fourth column, fourth pin second column. So this is our final solution. So 2413 3142. So this is my state space 3 for the, by using backtracking construct state space 3 for the solution. Okay, tomorrow we will discuss 8 pins problem. Then some of subset problem also we will discuss it. Okay, today we end the session. Okay, thank you. Today we end the session.